Firstly, this explanation is written assuming that you've seen the film. There are spoilers throughout, so it could ruin the enjoyable experience of watching it for the first time. The film has been carefully made so that there are multiple explanations to what happens. With the release of the director's cut, some of the ambiguity has been taken away and the director's true version of the story becomes clearer. The explanation heavily revolves around the book Donnie gets from his teacher, The Philosophy of Time Travel, written by Roberta Sparrow. The book is a fictional one, but some of the pages were in the film's website and included into the director's cut version of the movie. Tangent Universe. I have made a detailed video on the Tangent Universe, but here is a brief review. The philosophy of time travel states that time is usually a stable construct, but every now and then the fourth dimension gets corrupted. When this happens, it creates a tangent universe which is highly unstable and will only last a few weeks before it collapses in upon itself. There is a danger that when the tangent universe collapses, it could cause a black hole capable of destroying the primary universe as well. This is what happens in the movie. There is a corruption in time, and at midnight on October 2nd, a tangent universe is created. The next 28 days are now set in this alternate reality. Shortly after the tangent universe starts, Frank wakes Donnie up and lures him out of the house. A few minutes later, a huge jet engine falls through the rip in time and lands in Donnie's bedroom. It is important to remember that the TU is not created by the jet engine or Frank waking up Donnie. We are already within the TU when both those events occur. Unfortunately, we never find out what caused the TU to begin. It's just an unexplained phenomenon. The artifact. According to the philosophy of time travel, when a tangent universe is created, an artifact will also spontaneously appear. The artifact is the first sign of evidence that a tangent universe has been created and is always made from metal. In this case, the artifact is a giant jet engine. Where the artifact originally comes from is never disclosed. It was most likely created as the tangent universe was being formed. The tangent universe is an exact copy of the primary universe with one of everything copied into it. During the copying process, there was a glitch and two jet engines were formed. The second engine has nowhere to go as it already exists, so it's just dumped where the tangent universe began, over Donnie's house. The artifact makes the tangent universe unstable. It can't handle having the anomaly of a duplicate object within it. In order for the tangent universe to unravel without forming a black hole, it must once again be an exact copy of the primary universe. By removing one of the duplicate jet engines, it will balance out the universe, allowing the tangent universe to collapse safely. The only way to remove the artifact is to send it through a portal into the primary universe. The Living Receiver. The Philosophy of Time Travel Chapter 6 reads: The living receiver is the one chosen to guide the artifact into position for its journey to the primary universe. No one knows how or why a receiver is chosen. The living receiver is often tormented by terrifying dreams, visions, and auditory hallucinations during his time within the tangent universe. Those surrounding the living receiver, known as the manipulated, will fear him and try to destroy him. End of the chapter. When a tangent universe occurs with an artifact, then a living receiver is also chosen. This person is chosen seemingly at random, and in this case Donnie is the chosen one. As Donnie was at the epicenter of the tangent universe, this is most likely why he was selected. The living receiver's mission is to guide the artifact out of the tangent universe. This person is usually blessed with some supernatural powers during their time in the tangent universe to help them with their quest. Some of these include increased strength, mind control, the ability to conjure fire and water, and telekinesis. He uses strength to bury the axe into the school water pipe and Solid Brown's mascot. He uses fire to burn Jim Cunningham's house down. He floods the school and constructs a time portal from water. He uses telekinesis to rip the jet engine off the plane to send it through the time portal. Donnie is not aware of his responsibilities at first though, and he doesn't even know he is within a tangent universe. As his journey continues, he slowly starts to realize what is going on and what he must do. Manipulated dead and manipulated living. Anyone connected to the living receiver who dies in the tangent universe becomes manipulated dead. These people are very powerful and have the ability to move through time and talk to the living receiver through a fourth-dimensional construct. They also have some knowledge of the impending disaster and help guide the Chosen One. Frank is killed in the tangent universe and therefore becomes one of the manipulated dead. He travels back in time and helps Donnie with his quest to return the artifact. The first thing he must do is save Donnie by waking him up before he gets squashed by the jet engine. He is like a reverse ghost who appears before he was killed. Gretchen is also manipulated dead, but she doesn't appear to Donnie in the same way, as it might be too confusing for him. Also, all the people connected to the living receiver are the manipulated living, and these people will subconsciously help guide the living receiver. They will behave in the exact perfect way necessary to push Donnie toward his eventual destiny. Nearly every event in the film has a specific purpose designed to aid Donnie to save the universe. There is a driving force behind the manipulated behavior, although we never find out what it is for sure. God is one of the most popular ideas mooted. The film does use religion at many points. The story uses lots of religious symbols and often points to the idea that you follow God's channel to decide your own fate. This guiding force is moving all the manipulated characters around like pieces on a chessboard, making a sequence of events that will lead to Donnie's success. The universe is in grave danger, and this guiding force has stepped in to help save it. The end of the film. At the end of the film, we see a vortex appear over Donnie's house. It's the beginning of the tangent universe collapse and is centered over where it began. Donnie is aware of what he must do now, so he drives up the mountain for a better vantage point. The plane with the same jet engine has been manipulated to fly overhead at this exact time. Donnie rips the engine off using telekinesis, constructs a time portal from water, and guides the engine through it. We now see parts of the last 28 days rewinding as the tangent universe starts to unravel. The TU has collapsed safely, and the primary universe that was on pause starts back up from when it stopped. We are now back in reality on October 2nd. The last 28 days never happened. Donnie wakes up in his bed laughing after dreaming of some of the events within the tangent universe. He then goes back to sleep seemingly content with life now. The experience has seemingly brought him closer to God, and he is no longer afraid to die. The jet engine Donnie sent through the time portal now falls into his bedroom, killing him. Dreams. Even though the last 28 days never actually happened, some of the manipulated will be haunted in their dreams by their experiences within the tangent universe. There is bits of evidence to prove this. Frank touching his eye in the final montage, and Gretchen waving to Donnie's mum proves that some of the characters have some knowledge of what happened within the lost world. We see Jim Cunningham crying in the montage as he wakes up, clearly disgusted with himself. 10 days later he clears out his child pornography dungeon and shoots himself on the 14th hole of the golf course. His dirty secret is never revealed. Many people assume Donnie has to die, otherwise the tangent universe would start over again. From a scientific point of view, Donnie's death is not relevant at all. The corruption is already fixed before he dies, and if he got up and avoided death, then nothing would change. The philosophy of time travel tells us of previous receivers who died after the artifact was returned, but we only hear about them because their death defies logic. Any receivers who escaped death would go completely unnoticed. It's almost certain Roberta Sparrow was a living receiver in a previous tangent universe, and that is how she came to write the philosophy of time travel. She survived her experience, proving that the receiver doesn't always have to die. This film does blend science and religion together, so his death may emphasize him as a savior and his belief in God. In death, Donnie's role as the living receiver seems even greater than before. Other common questions concern the artifact Donnie sends through the portal at the end of the movie. Many people ask why the primary universe is not in danger now it has a duplicate object with it. It seems to be the case that the issue of duplicate objects is only a concern once the universe there within starts going through the collapsing process. The primary universe is a stable linear timeline that never goes through a collapsing process, so is therefore never in any danger from duplicate objects. As stated above, the artifact is not the cause of the tangent universe, it's just a byproduct of it. This is why there is no danger of another tangent universe starting up once Donnie sends his artifact through the portal at the end of the movie.